It was exactly 50 years ago on a farm in Bethel, New York State, actually 70 kilometers from Woodstock, that much of the next half-century of music history was set on its course, including the setting of the template for open-air music festivals the world over, not least the UK's famous Glastonbury Festival, which began a year later. Woodstock also lined up what are still some of the most famous names in rock history, including Jimi Hendrix, Joan Baez, Carlos Santana, The Who, Janis Joplin, and marking only their second performance together, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
The lead up to Woodstock was kind of interesting. You know, we knew that we were going to play, but when we committed to doing it, there were supposedly like 25,000 people going to be there, and then you know 2 weeks before there was 100,000 people going to be there, and then a week before there were 250,000 people going to be there, and the day of the show, a lot of people.
And among that lot of people, 450,000 people, was future documentary maker Mick Richards. He didn't think much about his time there until years later his teenage son asked about the festival. That started Mick on a 27-year journey of research leading to his new documentary, Creating Woodstock.
Our teenage son came home from high school and said to me, "Dad, you were at Woodstock, what was it about?" And Woodstock was very uneventful for me, so I started doing some research. Picked up John Roberts and Joel Rosenman's book, Young Men with Unlimited Capital. And as I read through it, I realized what an intriguing story it was. And it prompted me to start doing more and more research on it. A lot of people across the country thought it was a disaster, that it was completely unplanned and nobody knew what they were doing. And our film completely debunks that thought.
And while the Woodstock Festival was planned to be significantly smaller than the hundreds of thousands who actually turned up, the hundreds of festivals which take place worldwide every summer, all these years later, still owe this pioneering event and its organisers a debt of gratitude. Paul Ging, Euronews.